The 69th Annual Kamehameha Schools Song Contest, Charles E. King, Hawaiian Melodies, is being brought to you by AMFAC, JMB Hawaii, supporting the education and enrichment of Hawaii's children. Bedford Properties, Incorporated. We believe in Hawaii. First Hawaiian Bank, where the answer is yes to all things that make Hawaii special. Kamehameha Schools, Bernice Pauahi Bishop Estate, dedicated to preserving the legacy of Princess Pauahi. Long Distance USA, US Sprint, in support of the youth of today. And by Matson Navigation Company, a subsidiary of Alexander & Baldwin, Inc., proud of the future leaders of Hawaii. Aloha and welcome to a celebration of Hawaiian song, the 69th Annual Kamehameha Schools Song Contest. I'm Wayne Chang, the Assistant Director of Admissions on the school's campus with Robin Makua, a resource specialist with the Hawaiian Studies Institute on Kamehameha campus.
Aloha e nā makamaka o Kamehameha. Thank you, Wayne, and welcome everyone. Well, I can feel it in the air, that special feeling that anyone who's ever been involved with the song contest has felt.
You're so right, Robin. Listen, as this night rolls around, every Kamehameha graduate thinks back on those early morning rehearsals and their experiences with the song contest. Now, Robin, you are a graduate of Kamehameha, and you were also a song contest director.
Yes, Wayne, and you are also a graduate, and you have been involved with many of the Ho'ike presentations.
So, Robin, tell me what tonight is like for a student at Kamehameha.
Well, I think it's a time of excitement and reflection. Excitement because it's the culmination of many hours of practice. Reflection because of the uncertainty of it all. You know, most of the students have not heard the other classes, so they're waiting to see how well they measure up to each other.
Well, in a few hours, we will know how well they compare. But as you can see, the students behind us are still filing in, as well as about 7,000 people who are making their way to their seats. So we'd like to go upstairs for a bird's eye view with Elisa Yadao.
Thank you, Wayne, and aloha to everyone. It is indeed quite a view from up here, and in just a few minutes, every seat in this 8,000-seat arena will be filled. Now, while song contest tickets are free, there haven't been any available for some time now, although there are lots of people who would gladly stand up all through this unique event. Where else in the world will you find an entire student body singing Hawaiian music in beautiful a cappella harmony? Now, I'm surrounded up here by proud and anxious parents, aunties, uncles, and kupuna, many of them Kamehameha alumni, and all of them here to listen to their children sing in competition. For the freshmen, this is their first taste of the magic of song contest night. For the seniors, it is their last. But each and every class is bound and determined this evening to go home with as many of those beautiful trophies as possible. It is a wonderful and exciting night to be here at the arena, but if you can't be here, those of you at home have some great seats too.
That's right, Elisa. And you know that we here are still waiting for the students to come in. But you at home have a chance to see a presentation just for you about a man who is known as the Dean of Hawaiian music.
The theme of this year's song contest is Charles E. King, Hawaiian Melodies. On this 100th anniversary of Mr. King's graduation from Kamehameha Schools, our song contest prologue examines the life and times of Charles E. King, Hawaii's most famous composer of Hawaiian music.
On Auntie's piano that way.
That someday seemed like it might be beyond Judgment Day. But I have to say, Charlie, we all call him Charlie, he seemed to take to it, the piano. Almost as much as he and I used to like swimming by the Waikahalulu Bridge. We lived almost next door to it, near the corner of Fort and School Streets. Charlie came from Maui to go to the old Fort Street School. I know he had some ohana, but he stayed with us in Honolulu. Everything's changed so much since then. All gone now. Charlie, Auntie, the bridge, the 4th Street School. Only one thing is left, Charlie's music.
They're beautiful standard numbers, and they're ballads as well as hula tempoed songs that he wrote, but very lovely things they were, and things everybody knew, and they used to sing. The families used to sing them. Songs like Imiauia Oi, Waiting for Thee, they're all songs that were sung in love when you were singing to your girlfriend, or you were out in a car and the family were together, you'd sing that in parts, or even on the beach, you'd bring your ukulele guitar out and sing like they do now.
The king is dead. Long live the king. Hawaii mourns its dead king, Lunalilo, then celebrates its new merry monarch, David Kalakaua. There is another new king this year. No royal blood that we know of runs through his veins, but there is Hawaiian blood, mixed with Scotch, Irish, and German, and he will count the ali'i among his childhood friends and teachers. He is born January 29th, 1874, in a cottage on the grounds of the summer home of his godmother, Queen Emma. And according to accounts, it is Queen Emma who baptizes him, Charles Edward Brash, at St. Andrew's Cathedral. Walter Brash is Charlie's father. Untimely death claims Charlie's mother, Mary Ann. Her parents give Charlie a home and a new last name, King. Time shrouds the fate of Charlie's father, Walter Brash. Charlie grows up in Waihe'e, Maui. He also spends time in Honolulu, going to school and thumping on the piano of Auntie Annie Kawai Manaka Smith. In Honolulu, Charlie renews his ties with the ali'i.
Kamehameha was kind of different. It kind of goes in between a chant and the regular song, and it's used that way in the arrangement. It's about two lovers, of course, and it's basically saying one lover saying to the other, "How do I look to you?" And through the entire song, by the way it's arranged, it's like a conversation going on, right? They have, well, the girls are saying one part, like the girls may ask, how do I look to you? And then the guys are answering.
The traditional Hawaiian mele, or chant, work their magic on an impressionable Charles King. There is a passion for music among the royal family, a passion that strikes a chord in Charlie. In particular, he forms a bond with Lydia Kamakaʻeha Dominus, the future Queen Liliuokalani. Among other things, she and Charlie share a love for the zither.
Ah, my old zither, an angelic sound of brittle beauty. The Queen loved it. Liliuokalani taught me to sing her Aloha Oi, Mololani, and Puna Paia A'ala. It was my privilege to sing Aloha Oi with a chorus of 60 voices for the last time to the beloved Queen as her body was being carried out of Iolani Palace and on up to the mausoleum.
Another jewel in the royal musical crown is the Royal Hawaiian Band and its ageless leader, Henry Berger. King is mesmerized by the band. Perhaps this is when the seeds of a dream are planted, that perhaps someday he, Charles E. King, will direct this magnificent band. This is the soundtrack of King's young life as he enters Bernice Pauahi Bishop's just-opened boys' school. The year is 1887, and the campus, on a dusty, rocky, Kapalama plain, isn't overly impressive. But King will not soon forget the lessons he learns here at Kamehameha School for Boys. At a class reunion in 1921, classmate Thomas Ha'ai remembers.
Friends, I know Charlie King like a book. Came to Kamehameha from Waihe'e, Maui. He was so tall and skinny, played baseball in the champion Polopoi Club, sang in the glee club, and used to wash dishes for us. Yes, that's what he used to do. You see, he was so weak, he couldn't break rocks like the rest of us. He belonged to the famous croquet club, too, and you couldn't keep him away from the girls.
A Casanova. He knew how to woo women with his songs, I guess. They sound like it. You can hear it in the songs. They sound like they're love songs. And I think if I was a woman back then, I'd be touched if one of them was written for me or anything like that. And this song isn't juicy. If you look at the translation, it doesn't have any, sexual connotations. It's and a lot of songs too. But this song isn't really juicy in that sense. But its beauty comes from the tune, and that's what I love about it. That's what really made me want to do it during the song contest. And it's this kind of tune that just sticks in your head, and you sing it to yourself.
Dr. Theodore Richards is another King mentor. He teaches the class of 1891 to hit home runs and high notes. He also teaches them how to yodel. The energetic Dr. Richards is often credited for helping introduce falsetto singing to Hawaii. Somewhat less significant, he makes Charlie librarian of the Kamehameha Glee Club. Then, it is time to sing the last school songs.
Graduation week was full of excitement. The baccalaureate was held at Kaiha'o Church. 14 graduates ready to embark on life. Class day was most enjoyable. We planted a baobab tree. Queen Liliuokalani was there. Boy, were we puffed up.
The tree is later transplanted to the present campus, where 50 years after graduating, those left remember their roots. Kamehameha makes its mark on a grateful king, and later he pays tribute in song. Hawaii lost a king the year Charlie was born. Now, in 1891, as Charlie prepares to graduate, it loses another. King David Kalakaua does not survive a trip to the mainland. The king Charlie knew and loved, the king of his youth, is dead. Queen Liliuokalani assumes the throne. 2 years later, Charlie's friend and mentor will be overthrown, and the days of kings and queens in Hawaii will forever pass into history. A new movement begins in King's musical education. Looking back from their 1921 reunion, Judge Thomas Ha'ai sums up his classmates' pursuit of higher learning.
He went to Oswego Normal School in New York. Came back with a diploma. I don't know how he got it. Taught school for a while at Waiholi. Then he went east again to Pratt Institute in New York to buy another diploma, I guess.
In New York, King is exposed to the ragtime rage and the birth of vaudeville and Tin Pan Alley. Such inspiration. Still, there's no indication of the songwriting that lies ahead.
On his return to the islands, to my great surprise, he was appointed an instructor at Kamehameha, the only graduate to hold a position of that nature.
King returns an accomplished piano and mandolin player. The first year of the new century finds King teaching music, woodworking, and math at Kamehameha. Miss Jean Bates teaches girls prep. Charles has a song in his heart.
aloko maukamakai
she's trying to describing herself, you know, about her eyes and her hands and her face and how much that if he knew her, that loving her would be something really great.
The two lovebirds quit their teaching jobs, and on June 26, 1902, in the Kamehameha Chapel, 28-year-old Charles E. King marries Jean Bates.
Well, two lovers, you know. First the boy starts out, hey, okay, Colleen, here I'm waiting. Yalla, here, cool, hello. Where's my lover gone? Where is she? And she answered, hey, you know, you hear that? Okay, Colleen, here I am waiting. You gotta come to me. That's what it's about. Then they finally get together. You know, happy ending, that kind of stuff.
Then the Board of Education appointed him a school inspector. Yes, they made him my boss. He visited my school one day, and you should have seen and heard him. This is not right. That is wrong. Change this and that. Be more careful with your personal appearance. Whew. I had a headache for a week. Later on, he went into the insurance business. The next thing I knew, he was given entertainments, specializing in Hawaiian music and hulas.
But hulas and happiness give way to heartache in 1911. After a 6-month fight with cancer, Jean King loses. She is only 38.
Aloha nui oe. This is Charles E. King. For your special pleasure, I am going to present a composition of mine entitled Nale o Hawaii, the Song of the Islands, a melody that has gained the favor of music lovers the world over, a song that breathes the spirit of Hawaii, paradise of the Pacific.
Naleo Hawaii, or Song of the Islands, is a smash. The timing is perfect. A Hawaiian music craze is sweeping North America and Europe. Naleo Hawaii becomes one of the most popular Hawaiian songs of all time, with more than 1 million plays on radio and TV by the 1950s. At the not-so-tender age of 42, Charles Edward King has arrived, and he has even more to sing about. A new bride. He and Emmeline St. Lifty are married July 26, 1915.
Charlie King has had more careers than anyone I know. Teacher, musician, administrator, record executive, TV producer, radio announcer, writer, even was a Republican senator for the territory from 1919 to 1921.
Now comes some of King's most creative years. He also begins collecting the older, popular Hawaiian songs of his youth and arranging many of them for his two famous songbooks, King's Book of Hawaiian Melodies, the Blue Book, and King's Songs of Hawaii, the Green Book. He returns to his roots in more ways than one. He takes up residence just a stone's throw from his Queen Emma birthplace at 2849A Nu'uanu Avenue. Cottage A is part of what is then called Birmingham Terrace, after the family that owns the property.
Well, when I was a boy, I used to come down here and sit right on the steps here to listen to the music where the boys were singing. There were students from camp school, and I could hear Charles King getting after them, you know, when they didn't have the right pitch, and he'd play pound on his piano and says, "This is what I want." To me, this house still is the house of music, because when I come down here, I clean the yard and work around here, I could still have that feeling, you know, music in here.
Now King has a baby grand piano to thump on and a growing reputation as one of Hawaii's most prolific composers and collectors of Hawaiian songs. It is here that he shows how serious he is about Hawaii's musical heritage. He creates one of the first Hawaiian operas. Imiyao Yaoi, King's Serenade, sung by the chorus from the Prince of Hawaii. It opens May 4th, 1925 at the Liberty Theater. Prince runs 5 sellout nights. The Star Bulletin raves.
It gives real indication that Hawaii may have an authentic contribution to the world of music.
But King's operetta isn't the first. 3 weeks earlier, a Kamehameha classmate beats him to the punch. Fred Beckley's Pele and Lohi'au premieres at the Old Hawaii Theater. Both operettas are all but forgotten today. However, many of the songs from Prince of Hawaii live on, including Ke Kaliniau and Ku'ulealoha.
I won't let you go. You belong to me now, see?
If I not here, when Pele called, then Pele angry. You too. Volcano curse on you. You die too.
Hollywood goes Hawaiian in the 30s, and King is there. RKO hires him to help them with the music for 1932's Bird of Paradise, which stars Joel McRae and Dolores Del Rio. In 1932, King realizes a boyhood dream. He becomes a leader of the Royal Hawaiian Band, not just once, but twice. 1932 to 1934, and then again 1939 to 1941.
I thought he was like a professor. And he proved himself to be a professor. Became a band leader, conducting the audience. And he's very dapper, well-dressed, sharp-looking. He's always wearing a hat.
With a beautiful Hawaiian pheasant lei, a kolohala lei. And he just looked very dapper.
He always seemed so composed, but quite a quiet man. But when he was directing the band or when he was teaching, he was a different person.
He wears a pinch glass, with a string, going in his pocket. I mean, he was like he was a first-class citizen. That's the way he was always dressed up and always looked nice. He stood up erect and walked straight.
Eleu Miki Miki or Step Lively is the song now being presented to you. It seems that Juliet was greatly displeased with the way things were progressing. She desired more demonstration of interest and affection, so she urged her Romeo to step lively. he responded with real action, and they were happy ever afterwards.
No wonder he walks tall. The music business is good to King. Now in the mid-1930s, he and companion Elmer Schatt begin to build their dream house out of Pohakupuna, coral in Kualoa, by Chinaman's Hat. Here, he conducts a different kind of choral arrangement, and the usually fastidious King gets casual. Check out the jeans and sneakers.
Where the melody of love
Hawaii calls, and in 1936, Charles King answers with his own Hawaiian music show on KGU. King is a man on a mission, one that he feels goes beyond even the music itself to the very heart and soul of what is Hawaiian.
King Kamehameha, the conqueror of the islands, became a famous hero one day.
Some of the boys' clippings after the game.
And don't forget the music of the Cotton Club Orchestra at the Cotton Club.
And that's the kind of music that tries to pass itself off as Hawaiian. I'm very sorry indeed to say our lovely native music is being murdered, and by Hawaiians. Most of them are being browbeaten into doing it by malihinis who run the radio stations and Hawaii tourist music shows. They have the gall, the audacity to tell Baina Mossman, Josephine Naukana, Louise Akeo, and others how to sing Hawaiian songs. The songs they have learned from childhood, songs their hearts know how to produce. These song murderers will tell you to pep it up, because that's the way they like it over there. I have nothing against jazz or swing, but do not, for goodness sake, do not take melodies that we have learned to love affectionately and that belong to a totally different classification of music altogether and distort them beyond recognition. Please show enough pride in our music to keep the same beautiful, satisfying mehone nani.
One young musician who feels King's barbs is Sol K. Bright. On his radio show, King praises a version of Hey Ono by friend Baina Mossman and her glee club. But he condemns Bright's up-tempo rendition. In San Francisco, neutral ground if you will, Mr. Bright and Mr. King bump into each other.
I says, how dare you? I am trying to make a living. I am trying to go ahead and carry the Hawaiian trend to its utmost height. And here you were knocking me down. Simple reason that I had sped up the tempo. I says, under one condition, I've studied that through my father, I've learned staccato as hapakui. You can recite the words so rapidly like a machine gun, and you breathe and inhale the same time the words are flying out of your mouth. Like, e wahari o le hu ko no bola he ano hano vale o e va ila le ki ko holo ana me ko o io e ko lu ho o hi vale o te pai de holo ti o pu na de o e vai aloha ka Hawaiian cowboy. See, so he finally melted down and apologized and told me, he says, e ko keiki kalamai o ia. My boy, please forgive me. That was the end of our conversation. We became friends.
Now, Sol Bright's the traditionalist, while King's music might seem as relevant to today's young people as the gramophone.
weren't for him, we miss half the songs we have today. You know, we wouldn't know the melodies, nothing. They embodied first the spirit of Hawaii, the spirit of the Hawaiian people, and and the kind of love they had for each other, and the love they had for their land, and their way of life. That's why I performed them.
There's kind of like an emotion and a lot of love, and like the Hawaiians, it wasn't like vulgar or anything. It was very tranquil and very peaceful and serene. But at the same time, there was a lot of love and passion in the music at the same time. And I think that's the quality that really attracts me to Charles E. King music.
In 1942, King leaves the islands and the people he loves so well. He moves to New York to be closer to his expanding music empire. He works in the same building on Broadway as songwriter Irving Berlin. He marries again. He and new wife Regina adopt a daughter, Joan. In early 1949, King returns to Hawaii to be honored at a number of celebrations, including one at the Kamehameha Alumni Clubhouse with classmate Judge William Rathburn. It is a sentimental last homecoming. On February 27, 1950, Charles Edward King dies on another island, Elmhurst, Long Island. He is the last of his class of 91, to go. Only fitting for the class historian.
The translation in Hawaiian of the Holy Bible, that's the finest literature. The next best literature in the Hawaiian language are the words of the songs that have been composed by all those people who knew the language well, see?
All his life, Charles E. King sought to preserve the beauty and ways of old Hawaii, its people, and the love they had for each other, and the Aina. Listen to his songs, and you will hear the spirit of Hawaii singing.
Ua mau ke eo o ka aina I ka puno. The life of the land is preserved in righteousness. For Hawaiians, these words are more than a poetic phrase. The aina, the land, holds a significance that goes beyond language. From the land flow all things. It provides shelter. It provides sustenance. It provides security. But from the land also flows the mana, the life force. And so the land feeds not only the body, but the soul. This is the legacy of Bernice Pauahi Bishop, her lands and the educational mission they support. It is a precious link to the past and a passage to the future, a future where the Hawaiian people can thrive, where all the people of Hawaii can continue to share in the culture that was born in these islands.
And welcome back to the Blaisdell Arena. For those of you just joining us, this is the 69th annual Kamehameha School Song Contest. I am Wayne Chang with Robin Makua.
Every song performed in tonight's competition was written by the great composer Charles E. King. We will hear 10 of his compositions with vocal arrangements by Mr. King and 6 others.
For 1991, the men of Kamehameha will begin the contest. Lots are drawn to determine the order of competition. As usual, the freshman class competes only in the combined class contest, so they will sit out the first part of the song contest.
You know, I remember what it was like being a freshman. I'm sure the tension must be terrible for the freshmen as they have to endure the long wait. But who knows, they may surprise us all.
And we have some surprises in store. A few days ago, we were able to talk to our song directors, and they're going to share their thoughts on the song contest, on Kamehameha schools, and they're going to do this as they prepare their class to sing. And now we begin the ceremonies. First, tonight's Oli, the welcoming chant. It is performed by Keoiva Kau'i Ferreira, a senior from Kihei, Maui.
Keoiva is the daughter of Everett Ferreira and Carolyn Ferreira. She plans to major in Hawaiian Studies at the University of Hilo.
E nā Kamehameha he mau koa auko. E lei ki lohana no kalani paua hie. Mo e imua i mika na awao. I lama kupo o ke lano Hawaii no ka no kai no na hoku e hiku ngā momi o ka moana kai malino mo e mua kau I ka vekiu ai ui la e ana pui na kukulu e na pua o Hawaii ne a me na koa Kamehameha aloha aloha
As is our custom at Kamehameha, we ask for a blessing for everyone gathered here tonight. And for all of you around the state looking in, Ululani Hamakua, a senior, offers a pule.
Ululani is the daughter of Joseph and Luana Hamakua of Kaunakakai, Molokai. Molokai nui ahina.
E pule kako. E kea kua mana loa, ka mea I hanai I ka lani a me ka honua. Mā halo ia oi e kamakua lani I keia ahi mai kai. Ano kou ho'opo mai kai ana I ka poe a pau e a koa mai nei. E ia mākou ka ohana o ke kula o Kamehameha. Me ka haa I loko o kou mākou na au mamua o. O ke ia ka aha ho o kuku mele no ke ia makahiki. Umi kumaiwa kanaiwa kumakahi. E olu oe e ka haku e ho o mai kai ana I nā haumana pākahi a pau a mena poe I kōkua ia mākou a mena poe e nāna nei mā ke kiwi mai Hawaii nui kua uli a I ni'i hau o ka moena pāwehe. Ke himeni nei mākou ia oe, no laila nā mākou e hapai I kou mākou leo nahe ia oe. Ke ho'ohanohano ia nei ke kahi o iwi o Kamehameha. O ia ho'i o Charles Edward King, no kona mau mele ho'ohiwahiwa he nui. Ke mahalo nei mākou ia oe I ke ali'i wahine o Pauahi lani nui. No kona I ini a no kona aloha no nā kini Hawaii. Mā kaino o kau keiki o Yesu Kristo. Amen.
Senior Leslie Huihui has the honor of leading the entire arena in our state anthem, Hawaii Pono'i. She has witnessed a new kind of teacher-to-student relationship.
Our class divides up into 4 sections during rehearsals, and it's really good because as students, our students teach us the songs, and it's good that our students are teaching our students the songs rather than an adult leader teaching us.
Leslie is the daughter of Erwin Hui Hui and Carolyn Hui Hui of Makiki, Oahu.
Ho'okipa Mai, the introduction of our honored guests, is handled tonight by Jeff Yin of the class of 91. Jeff's parents are Gareth and Joanna Yin of Maunalani Heights. He is the student body treasurer.
Good evening, family, friends, and special guests present here, and all those watching throughout the state of Hawaii. Welcome to the Kamehameha School's 69th Annual Song Contest. This year, we mark the 100th anniversary of Kamehameha's first graduating class by honoring one of the most famous members of the class of 1891, Charles E. King. Known for his great efforts to preserve genuine Hawaiian music, he is not only the composer of all of the selections you will hear tonight, but, as you may have noticed, he is also the man for whom the co-ed competition's Charles E. King Trophy was named. Before we get into tonight's competition, there are some very distinguished guests whom we wish to recognize. First, the trustees of the Kamehameha Schools, Bernice Pauahi Bishop Estate. Judge William Richardson, Chairman. First Vice Chairman, Mr. Henry Peters and Mrs. Carolyn Peters. Second Vice Chairman, Mr. Oswald Stender and Mrs. Ku'ulei Stender. Secretary, Mr. Myron Thompson and Mrs. Laura Thompson. Treasurer, Mr. Matsuo Takabuki, regrets that he cannot be with us tonight. Also present are the president of the Kamehameha Schools, Dr. Michael Chun and Mrs. Baina Chun. And the principal of Kamehameha Secondary School, Mr. Anthony Ramos and Mrs. Suzanne Ramos. Whenever Mr. King had something important to say, his motto was to say it with music. What better way to pay tribute to the Dean of Hawaiian music than to say it with music?
Next, with the introduction of our judges, is Raina Mead, also a senior. To Raina, Song Contest is a celebration of Hawaiian youth, Hawaiian music, and most importantly, our Hawaiian heritage.
Tonight, as it is true each year at Song Contest, each class will do its very best to impress the judges, who I have the pleasure to introduce. Please hold your applause until all have been announced. With us this evening are two language judges. The first, Ms. Lilia Vahine Maikaihale, is a kupuna at the Blanche Pope Elementary School in Waimanalo. She is also an active member on the Office of Hawaiian Affairs Council of Hawaiian Elders, and Alulike is na leo o na kupuna. The second, Ms. Tutikane Hele, is a native speaker of Hawaiian language from Ni'ihau. She is an instructor of Hawaiian language at the University of Hawaii at Manoa and an author of storybooks for the Department of Education's Hawaiian Studies program. We also have with us two choral judges. The first, Mr. Buddy Naluwai, is the Director of Music and Performing Arts at Kawaihaʻo Church and also the co-founder of the Hawaii Ecumenical Chorale. The second, Mr. Robert Springer, first came to Kamehameha as the director of the Boys Concert Glee Club, is now the director of the Kamehameha School's Early Education Division, as well as a member of the Board of Directors of the Hawaii Youth Symphony Association. And lastly, our overall judge is Mr. Charles K.L. Davis. Mr. Davis, a well-known singer, musician, and recording artist, both here in the islands and on the mainland, is a distinguished Hawaiian music scholar who has served as a previous song contest judge in 1968 and in 1973. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the judges for this night's competition.
This year, the privilege of starting the contest falls to the men. Senior Uilani Chong introduces the sophomore, junior, and senior men. She is the Associated Students of Kamehameha School's Director of External Affairs and the daughter of Vaughn Chong Sr. and Cynthia Chong.
The great and noble men of ancient Hawaii and the men of Kamehameha are, well, intriguing. Tonight, the senior, junior, and sophomore men will sing their souls out to you, each hoping to capture the George Allenson Andress Cup. But as we all know, only one will win. Who will be the victor tonight? Will the sophomore men, new to the competition, take the award? Perhaps the juniors deserve to win. Or seniors, will this be your year to sweep it away? Let us judge for ourselves the superior voices of the men of Kamehameha. May I have the order, please? Seniors, you will have the privilege of enchanting us first. Next, we will be honored to hear from the sophomore men. And singing third tonight will be the voices of the junior men. I mua, e nā koa o Kamehameha, e inu I ka wai awa awa, a ohe hope e hoi mai ai.
The men of experience, the seniors, are introduced by student body parliamentarian Chad Kanui Lovell. Speaking of experience, Chad is another member of the 13-year club, having entered Kamehameha in kindergarten.
Many of us have been lifted off our feet at the sight of one who possesses stunning and vivacious qualities. In our selection, a young man expresses his love for the beautiful and exquisite Lealoha. Her presence is breathtaking, and her voice is ethereal, comforting the young man to pleasant thoughts and emotions. This feeling of being swept away is what most of us dream about, a feeling experienced perhaps once in a lifetime. Under the direction of Kale Chang, the senior men present to you Ku'ulei Aloha. Sit back, relax, and let the men of 1991 make all your dreams come true.
Kale Chang leads the men of 91 for the third year. He has a way of breaking the tension of a tough rehearsal.
Yes, dress breaker is a way we break the intensity of a practice. Like I teach them a tag or a tune from a song in 4 parts for the guys. An example of this would be the Banana Boat song, and they really like that.
Kale thanks his mother and father for their support, a thought expressed by each of tonight's directors. Charles and Juvena Chang are his proud parents. Kulei Aloha, a lover's confession of his affection for the one who he has chosen to be his wife.
Introducing the sophomore men is Gary Manoi. Gary has his heart set on a career in marketing. He says one of his class's techniques to encourage unity is to think positive.
Charles E. King wrote a very passionate song entitled An Island Serenade, in which he expressed his desire and affection for a very special woman. Tonight, we, the men of the class of 1993, will sing our rendition of this beautiful song. As Charles E. King expressed his affection for one woman, we shall express our affection to all women. Last year, we sang only in the co-ed competition. This year, we stand alone as we bring to the men's competition for the first time our special talents. Now, with our talented director, Charles Lom, I am proud to present the sophomore men.
Charles Lum will be stepping up to the leaders' podium for the first time tonight. Leading over 200 of his classmates in song is a new experience for him.
I work with 4 or 5 guys in concert glee, and that's easy, but then when you deal with 100 or 200 boys, I think it's going to be challenging, and I'm looking forward to this challenge.
For Charles and the sophomore men, your baptism into competition. A job well done. Thank you, sophomores.
Introducing the junior men is Marlon Akio. Marlon told us that this is the moment of truth. How right he is. Marlon from Waimanalo is the son of Stephen.
Sing out the joys of life with enthusiasm, says Charles E. King's whimsical melody, Eleo Miki Miki. Sit back and listen to our voices as we instruct our counterparts to step lively. If you are sleeping, which we certainly hope not, then we shall wake you up under the direction of the miraculous Kinohi Gomes. This junior class shall discourage any doldrums in tonight's performance. So hold on, because naka eleo miki miki, na na ikalave lilo. It is the lively one that claims the reward.
Another musical young man from Makaha is junior men's leader Kinohi Gomes. He's also proud to be learning the Hawaiian language.
Mahalo no I na kane o ka papa umi kumakahi. Ha'aheo wau no ka mea he ala ka'ihimeni no oko. A I ko uohana aloha wau ia oko.
Beyond culture and music, what did the students gain from the song contest? Teamwork and cooperation. The lively one who takes the prize. And in this song, everyone is admonished to step lively.
I know it's a love song, but boy, I felt like moving with this one. Leo Miki Miki.
That was very good, juniors. The beautiful voices of the women of Kamehameha are introduced by Jeremy Hopkins of Kaneohe. He is the son of Timothy and Tony Hopkins.
Aloha hiahi e nā poe kulaiwi o Hawaii a nā malihini no hoi. Modern Hawaiian women are just as appreciated for their beauty and sweet and gentle voices as their ancestors were ages ago. Tonight, the mature voices of the senior and junior women will be joined by the new competitors in this division, the sophomore women. They will all be striving for the New England Mother's Cup as they serenade you this evening. May I have the order, please? Tonight, we will be honored to hear first from the junior class. It will be followed by the voices of the sophomore class. And as you may have guessed by now, the women of the senior class will sing third. E nā po'e o Hawaii, e ia nā wahine o i o Kamehameha. People of Hawaii, here are the beautiful women of Kamehameha.
From IAEA, introducing the junior girls is Katrina Oliveira. Katrina tells us that her class motto is Lokahi'a Lanakila, working together in unity. She's the daughter of Frank Oliveira and Marianne Barros.
Kilohi mai oe, ineia ui, says the composer. Gaze this way at this beauty. Before you are not just beautiful faces, but also a cluster of well-blended, radiant voices. The junior women are unique. Unique, too, is their song Mine, for when Charles E. King composed this love song, he meant it to be a hula in which the dancers sang as she danced. In her song, she describes what makes her special. Soon, you too will learn what makes the junior women special. Under the direction of Karina Tam, the women of the class of 1992.
Making her first appearance as a song director is Karina Tam. She has these thoughts for the underclassmen.
To take advantage of all the opportunities and good programs and facilities given here at Kamehameha and to never take it for granted.
The daughter of Kenton and Karen Tam, Karina is from Pearl City. Mine, one of Mr. King's more popular songs. This is the first time that it has been entered in the girls' competition of the song contest.
Introducing the sophomore woman is Jocelyn Alao. She is the publicity director for her class. Jocelyn's hobby is reading. Her parents are Henry and Elizabeth Alao.
Aya me oe ku'uli'a e ku'ulele hua. With you is my desire, my beloved Lehua. In our song, Ku'ulele Hua, a man expresses his undying love for a woman by comparing her beauty to that of the delicate Lehua blossom. Tonight, the sophomore women will tell you this song of love under the skillful direction of Elena Sava'inaea. Now, let all your memories of love be rekindled by the voices of the women of the class of 1993.
Leading the sophomore women in their first solo event is Elena Sava'inaea. She envisions that someday song contests will include a hula competition.
In the future, I hope that the classes will be able to compete in dance as well as in song. The students competing with each other in song, it helps to promote the Hawaiian language, and I don't see why not hula should be any different.
An interesting thought. Elena is the daughter of Anita Mahelona of Kaimuki. That was excellent for first-time competitors. I look forward to hearing from them in the next 2 years.
Sure will be. The president of the senior class, Anne Terai, will introduce their song. This young lady is already thinking of majoring in pre-medicine. It would be wonderful to have her join the ranks of Hawaiian healthcare professionals. Anne is the daughter of Kazutani and Donna Terai of Pearl City.
When saying farewell, it is tradition that a lei be given. The giving of a lei is highly valued, for much time and care go into creating this special symbol of aloha. Charles E. King has created such a lei, and tonight we, the class of 1991, take his lei to carry on tradition. Under the inspirational direction of Lei Nani Kachola, the senior women say farewell as we present to you our Lei Gardenia.
Lei Nani Kachola told us about the unique atmosphere that pervades the campus each spring.
There's a special feeling that comes around during song contest time. It's a feeling of class unity, school pride, it all comes through, and all that comes through in our singing, and that's what we feel when we sing. And I think that's what the alumni remember when they hear it and when they watch, and I think the community recognizes that too.
girls really came on very strong for this. However, Robin, I do believe it is a competition. We have heard from the sophomores.
I do believe so. And we've heard 3 beautiful love songs composed by Charles E. King.
And now we come to the core of the contest as each class competes for the Charles E. King Award for the Best Combined Performance. Justin Radula and the class of 1994 make their debut tonight. He is the son of Jerry and Jane Radula of Kalihi.
The freshman class
joined the competition for the first time this evening in our favorite part of the contest, the co-ed competition. In this portion of tonight's program, we hear the combined voices of the men and women of Kamehameha. The senior class will perform Pehea Ho'io under the direction of Timothy Ho. This song tells of one person's undying love for another. Under the direction of Christine Mele Apana, the junior class will present Kila Kila Haleakala, which tells of the beauty of majestic Haleakala. The sophomores will perform the familiar Kikalineo, which means waiting for thee, more popularly known as the Hawaiian wedding song. They will be directed by Kaleo Trinidad. Kikoa Kaluhiva will lead the fresh, new voices of the freshmen in an arrangement that combines two songs. The first, Pua Carnation, talks about the beauty of a carnation flower. And the second, Imiyo Ya Oi, means I search for you. May I have the order, please? The sophomores will probably be surprised to hear that they will be singing last this evening. The freshmen will sing third, and second will be the seniors. And starting off tonight's competition will be the juniors. Ladies and gentlemen, the men and women of Kamehameha.
The bubbly Mele Apana shares her spirit with her junior classmates.
I like to use a lot of energy with myself, and I feel that with my energy, and if I have high energy in the room, this class will also have energy. We like to play around and joke around.
She's got an infectious enthusiasm. This is Mele's third year as director of the class of 1992. Mele is from Kapa'a, Kauai, and is the daughter of Shirlette Apana.
Kila kila haleakala, kua hivi nani o maui, no ka ori. Kua ike nani no ka wao, ori ka I o lahau, kua pulu I ka Kila haleakala, iha, kua hivi nani o maui, haaheo ho'i nā kua lono, hano o maui no ka oi. Kila haleakala, iha, kua hivi nani o maui, haaheo ho'i nā kua lono, hano o maui no ka oi. Kila kila halea kala wiha kuahivi nani o maui ha'aheo ho'ina kualono ano ano o maui no ka oi kila kila halea kala wiha.
I think they've done Maui proud. That's right. Maui no Ka'oi.
Senior co-ed director Timothy Ho feels he has developed a relationship with Auntie Bernice, as she is affectionately called by many.
It's more of a comforting thing. She's seen me through the hard times and gave me a lot of good times. And she's been always there when I need someone to talk to. And all my success here at Kamehameha, I really owe to her.
This is Tim's 4th year as song contest leader, and he hails from Benicia, California. Tim's parents are Russell and Jacqueline Ho.
Io,
about it, that one person, the song contest director, has so much control, so much power over those 450 voices.
I know, now it's 450, but 30 years ago the class sizes were like 60. Let me tell you, Robin, this competition so far has been exceptional. We now see Kekoa Kaluhiva as he steps up to lead with a healthy respect for the more experienced classes.
I feel very nervous, like we don't have a chance. But I have a lot of faith in my class. They encourage me a lot, and I know we can pull it off.
Freshman class has won the combined competition only once before. Kekoa will try again tonight. His parents, Roland and Bernie Kaluhiva, will be supporting him. This class has done a beautiful job. They're wearing green. Back in 1975, a young class wore green. It was the class of 78. They were freshmen. And Robin, you were in that class and you won.
Yes, I know. Will they be able to repeat that? We'll see later on tonight.
Well, I still hope for them. Freshmen always. Go get them, freshmen.
They're terrific tonight. The acoustics of Keoua Hall makes it an inspiring place for an impromptu rehearsal, says 10th grade director Khalil Trinidad.
Sometimes during our free periods, we just get together somehow and then we start singing. Plus the acoustics in Keoua is really good, so we just get together and sing and then more people join in as we go along.
I guess the teachers in Keoua now know where those voices are coming from. Khalil also sings in the Bishop Memorial Choir.
Oh, that was a great rendition of Te Kalimeo. You know, this competition, the chord competition, is the one thing that brings these classes together as a unit. 450. They may go all their different ways during the school year, but to study and to work together to try and win a prize, that's what brings them together, Robin.
Right, that's the beautiful thing about Song Contest, the unity that each class member will experience.
Well, it's been a real tough competition till now, and you know, the stress of the competition has now been lifted. And you're going to see everybody around, a few more smiles, I think, around the students as you go through, not as intense. As the contest portion of tonight's proceedings is over, all of the classes joined together to make two Kamehameha classics, Imua Kamehameha and Kamehameha Waltz, under the direction of Keali'i Santiago.
Leading Imua Kamehameha will be very honorable for me because that song is a spirit song for our school, and it's always represented, you know, us going forward and us being together and us always striving for what we believe in.
Keali'i plays the viola and is president of the school orchestra. She is the daughter of Edward and Mikahala Santiago of Pearl City. She plans a career in the performing arts or communications.
That's our song, Imua Kamehameha.
That's right, our fight song.
And the students did a fine job with that. Again, learning all four parts rather than just singing like we do at football games. They've got this under control now. Imua Kamehameha.
Oh,
Well, you know, Wayne, we've heard just two of the songs that Mr. King wrote for Kamehameha schools. The other is Kamehameha March and Kamehameha Homeho Na'awao.
I understand that it's a plan of the music department in the schools to do that. It's their idea to come to learn all the songs, all 4 of the major songs that we have used at Kamehameha. So this is just the second year. Next year, I believe they're going to add a 3rd song into this.
You know, I think that's really important for all the children who leave Kamehameha schools to know the 4 songs that Mr. King wrote in honor of his alma mater.
You know, I hope you can sense a change in the crowd, because we sure sense that change right here. What has happened is this. All of the scores from the competition have been sent to the back room, to the scorers' table. They then tally the scores, and that is what we wait for, to see who has won this competition, whether the boys have won which class, the girls, or the co-ed competition. But there's something else that's going to be happening right now, and we have Elisa Yadao on the floor, and we'd like to go to Elisa.
Thank you, Wayne. This 69 song contest has indeed been a wonderful tribute to a man and his music, Charles E. King. During his lifetime, he produced a remarkable volume of Hawaiian music, and tonight we certainly have heard some of his finest works. Tonight's in 1991 marks the 100th anniversary of King's graduation from Kamehameha, and tonight's Ho'ike takes a look at an event that happened on King's 17th birthday while he was still a student. This event signaled the end of an era, and it started a chain of events which would change the course of Hawaiian history.
And so the idea came that we would take a look at this whole scene that deals with King Kalakaua leaving Hawaii for a couple of months to convalesce and then not returning home alive.
For many years, the Ho'ike presentation has depicted triumphant, romantic, and wonderfully colorful moments in Hawaiian history. This year, Ho'ike looks at a tragic moment from Hawaii's past.
It is sad, but I tell you that I hope those who are watching, who see it tonight, will look at the hula and feel better for seeing it, and not feel like, really angry or depressed, because that was never the intent of this Ho'ike. It's to inform.
What was Charles E. King thinking in January of 1891 upon hearing that the king had died? What did that do to his future as a Hawaiian, as a royalist, as a very good friend of Queen Liliuokalani? What did that do for him and for people of his age group?
As the events of 1891 dramatically affected Charles E. King, so too can the reenactment of those same events educate today's students of Kamehameha.
We want to see our students get a real na'au understanding of some of these concepts, some of these values, and not simply a list of dates and events. And we're hoping that Ho'ike can be the vehicle for that kind of understanding.
I don't know, it's just an exciting time to be with the students and to see them sort of pick up on these things, to see all these light bulbs lighting and see them pick up.
History is perhaps repeating itself in that the 1890s was a very controversial decade. And we're finding now that the 1990s is very similar, and that and you're talking about current events, and we're talking about land issues today. We're talking about racism. The very same things that our kupuna were confronted with 100 years ago. And we looked at Ho'ike as being a way to make that statement, is that history sometimes does repeat itself. And we as the Hawaiian people may have some tools that we can use to make sure that the mistakes don't reoccur.
Well, Wayne, what we just heard, I think there were some very important things that came through on that video. How has your participation with Ho'ike been?
Well, I was a student, and I was in Ho'ike in 1969, and it's been a long, long tradition of performance. But we've turned the corner. We've turned the corner with Ho'ike, especially this year, because there's some real social comments that are going to be made, and they're things that concern Hawaiians. And hopefully all who are out there who are listening will understand that there's some hurt. And there is some hurt from 100 years ago. We don't forget that easily. And we're going to be talking about the death of a king. Again, we hope it doesn't offend anyone, but it's something that has to be told. It's historically correct. And for the next few years, many Hawaiians are going to be looking back to their past to try and understand the present as well as the future. And Ho'ike is a chance for us to do that with the students at Kamehameha and also to help others at Kamehameha.
You know, I think what Randy said in the video was really important. The fact that we're trying to bring our students to a level of na'au or gut understanding where they can feel what we're talking about, not just, you know, reading a book and coming up with dates and events, but to actually know what has been going on.
Here we go, Ho'ike.
Memoirs of Queen Kapi'olani, January 29, 1891. A gentle remembrance comes to me, a love thought for you, my chief, who will soon return. More than 2 months have passed since last I saw you. Your subjects and I have sorely missed you, but you will be pleased to know that in your stead, your sister Lili'u has served you well. She has been a pillar of strength and a source of comfort to me. We anxiously await the arrival of the Charleston. Diamond Head Charlie, faithful keeper of the lighthouse, has promised to send word when your ship comes into view. Oh, dearest, wait until you see Honolulu. Flowers, banners, and flags of every color adorn the streets. School children have made leis for everyone to wear. The band is set to play, and your court dancers, well, as usual, the dandy has everyone in their places. All is ready for your homecoming.
Mai ko lole. Oh, win. How, hela. Keo. Sa, lohi oi. Eu. Ei nei, hele aku. Pai. E kale, mai hana pela. Kipa.
Ai moa ni ko ahu, kai ko ka puia no e kalani, ona na maka ke aku, ho o mai e runa uani aloko. Ai molola ni ko nu ahulu, kai ko ka puia no e kalani, ona na maka ke aku, ho o mai e runa uani aloko. Rama koulani ihinoi, huia ke ala I mauna loke, ka mahala mala mau ke ahikau, ka hua kolo ke hone ke anu. I ke kanani, ka hale biliko he lue he kahi. Nā mākou lani I hino oe, kuia ke ala I mauna loke, ka mahala malama o ke ahi kao, ka hua kolo ke hone ke anu. I ke kanani, ka hale biliko he lue he kahi. O ka toho ola I a ka wahine, ka hale ani o ke ka ahi, ave da ua hipi o mahope, ka oe a ka lau ko mahawaho, ai a ka ilinga I ke hukaira, ka hanuli poa o e kalani, ka pi ola ni la e o mai, ka wahine no na ke liho o he no. O ka toho ola I a ka wahine, ka hale ani o ke ka ahi, ave da ua hipi o mahope, ka ohe a ka lau ko mahawaho, ai a ka ilina I ka e hukaira, ka hanuli poa o e kalani, ka pi ola ni la e o mai, ka wahine no na ke liho o he no. E ala e ala e aha e.
E hai ina kane, ho mau kou kou. Avivi, o kou. Ai, me mele ka puni honua no ka lako.
Ya oe ka la, ka lohine, mana vele laua o ka honua. Ya oe ka la, alohine, mana vele laua o ka honua. O I te a e oe ai kounani, ya mahala malama o I ke la ke lai. O I te a e oe ai kounani, ya mahala malama o I ke la ke lai. Nau I no velo aku, au na palipa ai kai ke ia e. Nau I no velo aku, au na palipa ai ke ia e. I ke oe I kanania o himera, ka hene wai o lula be mahali e. I ke oe I kanania o himera, ka hene wai o lula be mahali e. He mauna I lohi a me ke ona ona, kaulana I kanani te di e. He mauna I lohi a ke ona ona, kaulana I kanani te di e. Ki e o kalani no ho mai luna, nana e nā kapua kahiti. Ki e o kalani no ho mai luna, nana e nā kapua kahiti. Hehi lua nai ka huku ale, me tai hala I lana mahali e. Hehi lua nai ka huku ale, me tai hala I lana mahali e. Haina I a mai ana kapuana, e ola o kalani a mahuloe. Haina I a mai ana kapuana, e ola o kalani a mahuloe. E ala ha e ala e.
Mai oko. Mai avivi eno. No mali avivi.
And there at last was the Charleston, slowly coming into view. Diamond Head Charlie leveled his strong telescope upon the ship. Flags were at half-mast. There could be but one explanation. Nalohia Kamakua, gone is the father.
Umaki kamoi! The queen, I need to see the queen. The queen, I need to see the... Look, there's a ship. Your Majesty. The king, he is dead.
You must go tell the people at the wharf.
Hamo?
Umaki ka mo i.
E Navahine.
Umaki ka mo i.
Navahine. E Mali.
Umaki ka mo i.
Mali, ale o koe like mina kane. Ea? Ka ko pirikia.
Umaki ka mo i. E nana I kumoku mao. See? Look. There's the ship.
Memories of you, my constant companion, stir within. Cherished memories of one who has taken flight. Through the depths of my loneliness, I find comfort in recalling days at Hanalei, where the chill of the rain was met by your warm embrace. The sweetness of the hala at Mapua Ana was ours to share. Moments of beauty and joy, I will hold them forever. And so, my loved one, who returns no more, I bid thee aloha. Farewell, my chief.
motu e tamae au a ia.
Te tama 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 I da huli nu. Te tama 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 I da huli e. Huli hia papio I lalo I te alo. Huli e tongu. O ka hana ana ia hiki o hula hula. Ka ia ka ihi. Me ka upena tua oi huanian. Ta umu o niu o lani o la. Te ave ai tu ai ala ahia. Au ahia e tama e tona motu. O tona motu e tama e au ahia. O te tama 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 I ta huli nu. Te tama 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 I ta huli e. Lia papi o ilalo I te alo. Lia I tomu. O ka hana ana ia hiki o hula hula. Ka ia ka alihi. Me ke upena kua o hiuanian. Au o niu o lani o la. Te ave ai tu ai ala hia. Nā I hala pepe. I ka honua e o ka motu. I haale ia e ke kiuelo. Ka puko elo hea kanalo.
And so, Liliu, observe, be wary, hold fast to our heritage, hold fast.
This Ho'ike, remember this Ho'ike took place in the year that Charles E. King graduated in 1891. So some of the events, of course, he lived through, and of course the Kamehameha students at that time, who were royalists, they were there for the kings and the queens. They loved the ali'i. And so he must have been a very active member in all of these occurrences that happened, that we predicted or showed this evening in Ho'ike.
Well, Charles E. King was raised by ali'i, by Queen Emma, who was his godmother, so he has very definite connection to the ali'i. And as we witnessed here tonight in Ho'ike, the love of the Hawaiian people for their ali'i.
That was a remarkable trip back in time, and it sure has given the students here tonight a feeling of connection with Mr. King. They too see major changes unfolding in the world around them, affecting their own lives and their future. So now we hope that our students at Kamehameha start looking to the future. 91, Kalakaua passed away. His sister took over the throne. And in a few years, there's going to be quite a year for the Hawaiian community as well as the whole statewide community. For it is history of Hawaii at that time. We were a kingdom. We were not a territory yet, or neither were we a state, of course. So Ho'ike will keep us, hopefully, giving us a window to see some very interesting things.
Christine Isaacs holds the future of tonight's competition in her hands. She is the Assistant Director of Special Events and will introduce each award presenter.
The men and women of Kamehameha have worked hard to prepare for tonight's performance, and we hope you have enjoyed the competition. Everyone is anxiously awaiting the results, for no contest is complete without the awards. The Louise Aoi McGregor Award is given to the student director who demonstrates outstanding leadership, dedication, and organizational abilities. Mrs. Calvin McGregor will present this award.
On behalf of my family, it gives me great honor to present the Louise Aoi McGregor Award to two winners, Christine Meleapana and Timmy Ho.
Again, we saw Mele's bubbly enthusiasm she has displayed with her class, and Timothy Ho, history in the making, the only student ever to win the McGregor Award 4 consecutive years.
Congratulations to both Mele and Tim Ho. For those who may not understand, this award is presented to the leader who has shown the most leadership or the traits of leadership for his classmates. The leaders select their songs. They find the arrangers. They also start to teach the songs. And it's up to them. The sole responsibility of the song contest is theirs.
This is not the first time the award has been given to 2 leaders. It's also been given in '89.
The women of Kamehameha are anticipating the presentation of the New England Mother's Cup, donated by Mrs. E.G. Scoville. This award was given to the winner of the first girls' competition in 1922. Mrs. Baina Chan will announce the winner.
This year's winners of the New England's Mother's Cup are wearing leis of pink.
Beautiful, beautiful rendition. Thank you, Baina, for introducing them. And judges, Le Gardenia was wonderfully performed by the senior girls.
Congratulations to Le Nani Kachola and the senior women. A very beautiful rendition of Le Gardenia. Le Gardenia is known as a Kamehameha classic, which means that it's known throughout all alumni. Everyone who has attended Kamehameha knows of Le Gardenia, one of Mr. King's most popular compositions.
The George Allinson Andrus Cup, the prize of the men's competition, commemorates a former music director of the boys' school. Mr. Anthony Remus will do the honors this evening.
I'm very pleased to present the George Allinson Andrus Cup this year to the junior men.
Well, what an upset.
We knew that something
What
was
an
afoot.
upset.
The competition for the men seemed so close. And this is the first time in a number of years that the seniors have not swept it all. Juniors, fine job.
It's
juniors.
been a while. In my recollection, the last time was 1984 with the class of 1985 sweeping in their junior year.
Again, our hats go off to Kinohi Gomes, the leader, class of 92. Kinohi, you did a fine job, and the men of your class pulled through for you, and the judges understood that, and a job well
Good
done.
job,
Juniors,
good
terrific.
job, juniors. Nakaelo miki nana e kalave lilo.
The Richard Lyman Jr. Olelo Makuahine, or Mother Tongue Award, was established to recognize outstanding achievement in the use of Hawaiian language within a song. This award is dedicated to the memory of former trustee Richard Lyman Jr., a beloved member of the Kamehameha Ohana. Dr. Michael Chun will be presenting this award.
Before I make this award, I would like just to tell the student body how proud I am of all of you this evening. You did a great job. I think everybody enjoyed the performance. Thank you. Last year, when I made this presentation, many of my friends who watched it on television said that they couldn't hear me say the winning class. They couldn't hear me. I mumbled it. I don't want to do that again this year, so that there's no question as to who are the winners, because there is a tie.
All right, freshmen. Right on, freshmen. They have something that they can keep in their trophy case.
Didn't you feel something was different this evening?
I think that's wonderful. I think that's good incentive for the freshmen. We should watch for them in their coming years. They have 3 more years to participate in the song contest. We have to be wary of this class.
So to the seniors and the freshmen who learned their song, who were aware of the pronunciation, the olelo, the Hawaiian, they did a beautiful job, Robin.
That's terrific. The seniors, the older brothers and sisters, and also the freshmen.
We're coming now to the Combined Class Award. There were a number of ties. In 1979, Sam Pokini and Martha Lake Kiaha, class of 80. They were the ties of the combined co-ed number. We're coming to that now. Again, the freshmen are going absolutely crazy, and they deserve it. They
I think
worked
we're at
hard.
the point where anything can happen.
The men and women of Kamehameha have united their voices to captivate the audience. This combined award is named after Charles E. King, who we honor tonight. The most coveted award, the Charles E. King Trophy, is given to the class who has successfully created musical magic. Judge William Richardson will be presenting this award.
The seniors have won it.
The seniors with their rendition of Pehea Ho'iau. Well, Pehea Ho'iau asked, how do I look to you? And how do they look
And
to
the
you?
judges said, you look terrific, seniors.
That's right.
They did a wonderful job. Pehea Ho'iau. Again, all of the classes in the co-ed competition really did a fine job. It's sometimes heartbreaking to know that there may be a point or two separating the winner to the 4th place. But seniors, you did a fine job.
And again, under the control, the leadership of Timothy Ho. It's just excellent, wonderful.
We are going to recap all of these winners. The juniors have won the men's division. The seniors have won the co-ed and the senior girls division. The McGregor Award, a tie between the junior director, Mele Apana, and the senior co-ed director, Timothy Ho. And
with the Olelo Makuahine Award, first time ever tie between the freshman class and the senior class. It's been a very exciting song contest.
It sure has. It sure has. And we are now preparing for the school song. Robin and Elisa, each of the students. Okay, you can see it's still, we're trying to get everybody down, and they're enjoying this and applauding each song leader as they go forward. This is great. Mele has just taken the stand last. All of the song directors are out front, and they will jointly lead the student body in the school song, Sons of Hawaii.
You know, not only have we seen unity among each class, but we've seen unity among the whole secondary unit here.
Yes, yes. They have applauded each other's triumphs, and I'm sure they will console each other at the end of this.
Defeats.
Yes. Okay, and the Robin and Elisa, each of the students we talked to spoke of the feeling of lokahi, unity, and of family, ohana.
This is Ohana. Everyone here tonight is part of the Kamehameha family. Congratulations to all of the students on another outstanding song contest.
These students have all benefited from the legacy of our last Hawaiian princess, Bernice Pauahi Bishop, and on behalf of all of us, we'd like to send our congratulations and good luck to the senior class as they, like Charles E. King 100 years ago, prepare to go forth into the world. Tonight, they have honored a great tradition.
69 years of culture, music, and students. For Elisa Yadao and Robin Makua, this is Wayne Chang. Thank you for joining us. Imua Kamehameha. The 69th annual Kamehameha School Song Contest has been brought to you by Matson Navigation Company, a subsidiary of Alexander and Baldwin, Inc., proud of the future leaders of Hawaii. Long Distance USA, US Sprint, in support of the youth of today. Kamehameha School's Bernice Pauahi Bishop Estate, dedicated to preserving the legacy of Princess Pauahi. First Hawaiian Bank, where the answer is yes to all things that make Hawaii special. Bedford Properties Incorporated, we believe in Hawaii. And by AmFac JMB Hawaii, supporting the education and enrichment of Hawaii's children.